Hey everybody, in today's video, we're going to be going over an introduction to some basic differentiation rules. So before we get started, let's learn about derivative notation. So if we're taking the first derivative, the notation can be written as y prime f prime of x dy over dx, taking the derivative with respect to x of f of x, or taking the derivative of x with respect to y. The most commonly ones that you'll see is the first three, but it's good to know all of them. So here are some common differentiation rules. First up is the power rule. So if you take the derivative of x to the power of n, that's simply the same thing as bringing the exponent over as a coefficient and then subtracting the exponent by 1. So n times x to the power of n minus 1. For the constant rule, if you're taking the derivative of any constant, it will always be 0. The scalar multiple rule says that if we're taking a derivative of c times whatever function f of x, you can simply take the derivative of f of x first, aka f prime of x, and then multiply in the scalar later on. You can also think of it as being similar to the limits rule, where if there's a scalar when you're finding the limit of a function, you can simply find the limit of that specific function and then multiply in the scalar at the very end. And last, we have the sum or the difference rule, where if you're taking the derivative of f of x plus g of x, or f of x minus g of x, you can simply find the derivatives separately and then just add them or subtract them together, whatever the initial problem showed you. And here are also some really helpful rules to also learn, because they might also come up when you're working on differentiation problems. The derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. The derivative of sine x is cosine x. Note the positive and negative signs. And one of my favorite functions is e to the power of x, because the derivative of e to the power of x is the same as e to the power of x. And you'll learn later on that the integral of e to the power of x is also e to the power of x, but we don't have to worry about that right now. And the derivative of natural log of x is simply 1 over x. I hope this video helped. In the next video, we're going to be doing some differentiation problems using these rules. Thank you.